Is it possible to use an LED to detect another LED? And if so, what about using an array of RGB, red, green, and blue, to try and make a crude color sensor? You see, I noticed something kind of interesting. When I plugged an LED into a multimeter, there was a voltage, and that voltage got stronger as I pointed it towards my light. Typically, when I think of light and voltage, I think of a solar panel which uses the photovoltaic effect. When photons from light strike silicon cells, they knock electrons loose and create a flow of direct current. But if our LED can do something similar, maybe we don't need this anymore. An LED, or light-emitting diode, works using a semiconductor PN junction. One side has extra electrons and the other has holes that electrons can fall into. When a forward voltage is applied, electrons cross the junction and recombine with holes, releasing energy as photons of light instead of heat like other diodes. The color of the light depends on the energy gap of the semiconductor material used inside the LED. Interestingly, this process can also work in reverse. When light shines on the LED, photons with enough energy can knock electrons loose and create electron-hole pairs. The built-in electric field at the PN junction separates these charges, producing a small voltage across the LED leads. This is the same principle used in solar panels, however LEDs are not very efficient at absorbing light because they're designed to emit it. They're also spectrally selective, meaning they mainly respond to wavelengths close to the color they produce. Solar panels are built to absorb a much wider portion of the spectrum, which is why they generate more current at the same light source. So I take back what I said. Now to use this effect, we can use a voltage module and hook it up to a microcontroller. When light shines on the LED and a voltage appears, we can detect that change and essentially use the LED as a crude photodiode. But knowing that different LEDs respond differently depending on the wavelength or color of the light, I wanted to investigate further and see if I could use that as a color signal. So I measured a variety of LEDs, starting with red, which I predicted would give the highest voltage since it has the longest wavelength. Using the same flashlight and distance for each, I measured red at 1.46 volts. Then I moved down the rainbow to orange, which was strangely higher at 1.65 volts when I expected it to be lower. The trend seemed to continue with yellow at 1.71 volts, but green seemed to flatten out, which I think might have been a bit of an outlier. And then the voltage suddenly jumped with blue, doing the complete opposite of what I predicted. At this point, I expected violet to be the highest, but no matter what I did, it seemed to be stuck at 0. I double checked to make sure that the leads were connected properly, and I was still continuing to read nothing. I think the answer to this lies in the fact that our red LED could detect the blue, but if we flip things around, the blue LED cannot detect the red. Since LEDs are mainly sensitive to wavelengths close to their own color, or shorter, it makes sense that the red, being the longest wavelength, can pick up the blue but not vice versa. Going back to violet, my flashlight simply wasn't producing wavelengths short enough for it to detect. When I used another violet LED, I finally got a reading which peaked at 2.66 volts. But this to me raises another question. If red is the most sensitive, picking up the most wavelengths, why does it produce the lowest voltage? The answer lies in the bandgap of the semiconductor. This determines both the color of the light emitted and the maximum voltage produced. Red light has lower photon energy, meaning a smaller bandgap and lower voltage. Higher energy LEDs like blue have larger bandgaps and therefore produce higher voltages when illuminated. And in fact, we see this trend in the data that we collected. Red produced the lowest voltage, and as the bandgap increased with the shortening wavelengths, the peak voltage increased. It was actually quite interesting to observe the theory as we moved down the rainbow. Now this did get me wondering, if we can extract a signal that changes with wavelength, can we make a crude color sensor? To do that, I ditched the voltage module since none of the voltages were high enough to damage the pins. And I also wanted the full sensitivity of the analog to digital converter. I grabbed 3 basic colors, red, green, and blue, and some resistors. For the setup, the 3 LEDs have their negative leads tied to ground. The positive leg of each goes through a 20K resistor to a GPIO pin on the ESP32. When light hits the LED, it generates a tiny photocurrent, and the resistor converts that current into a voltage that the ADC can read. No light means no current and no voltage. Bright light produces more current and a higher voltage. Since each LED is the most sensitive to its own color, we can use the 3 voltages together to form a fingerprint of whatever color we point at. We can then try to calibrate it by holding up known colors and interpolating anything in between. The tricky part is going to be getting consistent readings, since even the angle that the light hits the LED can throw things off, but I still want to try. Holding the LEDs to different lights, I started cycling through colors. It got white kind of right, red perfectly, since green and blue were basically zero, but things kind of fell apart past that, since green and blue can influence multiple LEDs. That meant I needed to collect some data and calibrate the system. Right now I just have 4 primary colors added: warm white, red, green, and blue, and I'll hold the LEDs up to those set colors and capture what the readouts look like. After running through calibration, we could see the sensitivity adjusted for each of the 3 inputs. And the colors started lining up much better. Warm white worked, red was obvious, and green and blue scaled correctly. Next, I wanted to try cycling through intermediate colors, and this is where the setup really started to struggle outside of the calibrated range. Even though I did add extra colors, the array had trouble interpreting values in between. To address this, I added orange, yellow, cyan, and magenta to the calibration set to help with the interpolation, although I still think it'll be rough since the readouts will still fluctuate and colors close to red, green, and blue might get confused. I'll start by running through our primary colors again. We'll go through white, red, green, and blue, and then we'll add in some intermediate colors as well. Once completed, I ran through the different colors again. It did seem to get the primary colors correct, red, green, and blue, but it still struggled with some of the other intermediate ones. Although it briefly detected orange and yellow, what seemed most important was the color mix, which it did appear to get roughly correct. To my surprise, it did nail magenta, but cyan was definitely the weakest since it's a large mix affected by all the LEDs. Overall, although crude, we were able to use an LED to detect the light from another LED. And by taking advantage of how different colors respond to different wavelengths, we could even build a somewhat functional color sensor using red, green, and blue LEDs. With that said, I certainly had fun experimenting with colors today, and thank you for watching.